What's up, everybody in YouTube land? What is happening? So, I know I'm a day late and a dollar short to talk about the 46th annual Daytime Emmys. But, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. By the way, this is CC Talk, so that's my little introduction, for those of y'all that are just now running across my video. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about it. First and foremost, I want to say that this had to be one of the most random, strangest daytime Emmys ever. Not because of just most of the winners that happened, but from the moment of the fact that it was announced that we would not get reels, I should have known that there was going to be some tomfoolery that was going to happen beneath the essence of it all. Uh, but yeah, it was oh man, I just yeah, it was just an interesting awards. But let's go ahead and hit it up because I think if I procrastinate any longer explaining, I just don't know. But let's talk about it. So the first winner I think of the night was outstanding younger actor in a drama series. This went to Kyler Prentice. I was very happy about this, even though for a lot of people that this was an upset, including me. This was definitely an upset win in my book, but I was very happy that he won. He won for whatever was left of the Black Lives Matter storyline from early in 2018 because that was his exit storyline as well. And I'm glad that the committee did not forget about him and recognize had it not been for him being the catalyst of the Black Lives Matter autism storyline, it wouldn't have been possible. And I was just glad that he won. And, he looked good doing it. He had a very classy acceptance speech, and he's just as gorgeous. Kyler Prentice is gorgeous. I don't understand what's wrong with Black Hollywood, you know, but y'all need to get on the ball and get that boy, or that young man some calls, okay, to be in some projects. All these shows that be on OWN, all these shows that be on BET now, showing black drama. You mean to tell me he's not on anybody's TV show right now? It's unreal. But congratulations to Kyler Prentice. He definitely deserved it. Then we get on to Best Younger Actress. This went to Haley Aaron. I was not surprised by this, even though I wanted my girl Victoria Cannavale to get it because I felt like with the reel that they showed on the show where Victoria and Mary Beth Evans had the dialogue between Sierra and Kayla about Sierra trying to find love again, especially her still going through what she went through, being raped by her stepbrother, and her trusting again. I thought that considering we are in the Time's Up Me Too era, that would have been profound, and especially for a younger actress category, that would have won some people over. However, Haley Aaron benefited from what Rome Flynn did last year. Because she is known in prime time and she quickly made the jump to prime time, daytime to prime time now. Um, I think that the committee was just more than likely like, you know what, we gonna give it to her. And that's no knock on Haley Aaron. I think she's a decent actress. But I don't know because we did not have any reels this year. I don't know necessarily what she honestly put together that that warranted her the win besides the fact she now has the daytime and primetime clout. So it is what it is. Then we go on to what is this? Best supporting actress in a drama series. This went to uh Vaneri Watson. Again, upset victory, in my opinion. Unless you're a General Hospital fan, you didn't see this as an upset. But for the most of us who either watches all four soaps or we probably either watch one or two soaps, this was definitely an upset. Now, I like Miss Watson, and the dialogue from what they showed on the initial uh award ceremony, it seemed like it was this classic soap. The all my life I had to fight. Black woman dialogue, black character, female dialogue that you typically get. But I recognize something in this category, and no one has pointed it out, but I'm gonna point it out because she gave that riveting dialogue in her reel compared to the other five that was either crying or emotionally distraught. I was like, usually when that happens, I recognize that the committee is like, everybody is crying in this category. So we're going to go with the person that isn't crying. Okay. The person who isn't doing all the boo hooing, crying, and whining, we're going to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that she benefited from that. But like I said, Miss Watson, she's definitely a very good actor. And plus, she's another one. She is the reverse opposite. She went from prime time to now daytime. She has that clout. People know her. Everybody knows her as the Fresh Prince mama. So it's like, yeah. But I really, honestly, to be honest, I really wanted Michelle Morgan or Beth Maitland to get it because I just felt like that those were the two. I mean, everybody was strong in this category, but I just felt like Beth and Michelle Morgan were, in my opinion, tops in this category. But whatever. Congrats to Miss Watson, nevertheless. Then we go on to Best Supporting Actor. Now, I know damn well if the committee didn't get this right, ooh, this was going to be But they did, and they gave it to Max Gill, who plays, was it Michael Corinthos Sr.? On General Hospital, and Michael is going through that whole thing of having Alzheimer's and trying to deal with that, and how his family is taking that on. Sonny can't just go in being big bad mobster and being like, I'm gonna shoot all of you, I'm gonna kill all of you. With Alzheimer's, you can't fight it. It's just the inevitable. And Max Gill has done a fantastic job doing it. And I was just glad that he won. I mean, had anybody else would have won, I mean, it wouldn't have been bad, but I felt like he, to me, had the strongest year out of the other males in this category. And I love Bryton James, and I love Greg Rickhart, and I love Eric Moshoff and Dominic Semprogna, but Max Gill, excuse me, was the one, in my opinion, that was the standout performer in this category. So, congrats to him too. Then we get on to one of the biggest upsets of the night, and it went to outstanding actress in a drama series, and it went to not Maura West, not Marcy Miller, not Heather Tom, not Laura Wright. It went to Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Now, Jacqueline McInnes Wood has been nominated in almost every illustrious category since she's been on Bold and Beautiful since what? 1990, no, I'm sorry, 2008 or so. She's been nominated for a younger actress category. She was just nominated last year for supporting. And she finally gets it in the lead actress. It was such a shock to everybody. But at the same token, she is a lead on that show. And she did garnish a lot of the storyline punch on that show. My biggest problem is now, because of what she won for, Brad Bell is going to write Steffi into like this weak ass bitch now, you know? And I love when Steffi is strong and she is about her life, but now that Jackie has won for best lead actress in this category with all that crying and boo-hooing for Steffi and Liam to take her back and forgive her for sleeping with his daddy, I'm just like, oh god. So I expect, especially now with this baby plot twist thing that's happening on the show right now, once that is revealed, I'm pretty sure Brad Bell is going to give her some iconic crying fit sort of dialogue. It's just the inevitable, but I mean, congrats to Jackie. I mean, she's had a hell of a year. I mean, she's had a baby. She got her snap back quickly. I mean, the woman just had a baby in March, y'all. She already has her body back. That's just crazy. And now she's a daytime Emmy, winner. It's, must be great to be Jackie Woods nowadays. But more West, I mean, this is her second year in a row, pretty much like not taking it home. I was all right with her losing to, Eileen Davidson because at least she was losing to a formidable opponent. And I like Jackie Woods, but if you're gonna tell me Jackie Woods is better than Maura West, I just find that very hard to believe. I just don't know. I don't know what I don't know what the committee was thriving. But then again, I look at all of the categories of the night in terms of who was winning what and everything. I just feel like also, and again, this is not to diminish Jackie's win. I need to preface that. But I feel like that they also was trying to throw Bold and Beautiful, just like with Days of Our Lives, a bone. Even though with Kyler, you kind of knew that he was probably going to win to some small degree. He might have would have won, but with Jackie, I'm like, it just made my face scrunch because I just could not believe. I was like, what? Like the reel that Maura West turned in, I was thinking to myself, like, how did that not win? And as for Marcy Miller, I told y'all, I said that even though she really had a good year, because she did not close out her storyline and Kate Mansi did, that took away a lot of brownie points from her. Heather Tom is always pimp, but Heather Tom didn't start getting any kind of meaty, like, real material until like towards the end of the year. And then Laura Wright, Laura Wright is Laura Wright, but I just feel like now with Maura West, she's starting to become like the Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston of these categories. It's like, she can literally take home any award, any given moment when, she's on her game and she's fire. But sometimes the committee is like, yeah, we love you. We love you. And I believe you can win this and you should win it. But we gonna give it to the next chick, because you could easily win this every single year. You get what I'm saying, where I'm going with it? So that's how I'm feeling with that. But hey, it is what it is. But like I said, congratulations to Jackie. For real. I like Jackie. But more West, I'm just like, nah. And last but not least, with the individual categories and the performances, Best Actor in a Drama Series went to Maurice Bernard. Mo Bernard. I was actually shocked by this one too. I felt like John Lindstrom was the strongest out of the bunch. He was pretty much the lead of leads of out of all of the men. But I feel like because Maurice was in such a provocative, powerful storyline with Max Gill of Alzheimer's, it was hard for the committee to kind of just be like, yeah, we know John. John has been fired. John has been epic. He's been amazing playing this doppelganger storyline. But with this topic, this subject matter, this type of acting, we got to give it to the realism of storyline, and I feel like Maurice benefited from that. Um, so yeah, it is what it is. I mean, again, I didn't have him penciled down on my girl derby to win. I had him fourth to win it. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, he ain't won it since 2003, and that was during the Bob Guza years. So the fact that Shelley Altman and I forget the other man's name that also co-writes with her, but the fact that Shelley Altman got him that Emmy, the first he's ever won since 2003. That's big. That's big. And of course, Maurice had the little crying Maurice moment up there, giving his acceptance speech, and it is what it is. So, like I said, props to him and congrats to him. So let's get to these production categories, okay? Uh, best directing, best writing, best show, all went to The Young and the Restless. You gotta be fucking kidding me. These, besides the performance categories, how did The Young and the Restless win all these accolades in these productions, but they couldn't get anybody to win in the individual acting categories? And they won all this stuff for their Pretty Little Lies, Big Little Lies, Cruel Intentions storyline with Amelia Hiley and Thad LaBeouf. You mean to tell me those two actors weren't even nominated, but this stuff won in all three major categories? Are you serious? Now, the best directing didn't too much bother me because usually what are typically wins, in those, in that category every 3 to 5 years. So best directing didn't bother me. But best writing? You gave Mel Young best writer for literally copying and pasting from HBO shows. So every committee next year, when Days of Our Lives starts turning in all that bullshit, with the Meryl race, with Matt Ashford and Cassie DePieba and James Reynolds and all this, because pretty much they're doing Veep right now on Days of Our Lives. So when they turn in all that stuff next year, y'all gonna give them all the Emmys next year, right? Because every time when YNR or General Hospital, because we saw it with General Hospital almost 10 to 12 years, when Bob Guza was writing that show, what was he doing? He was literally taking his ideas from the show The Sopranos and planting them on, the performers and the characters at that very given moment. But YNR does Big Little Lies, and they get rewarded. So again, I'm expecting Days of Our Lives to get all the Emmys next year now, since they're doing Veep. I'm just saying. Because if you writers, are that short on ideas and creativity, and y'all are going to y'all HBO on demand passes and whatnot and getting your ideas, yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. So when Days by Life starts turning all that stuff, y'all better start rewarding people. Real talk, because this is ridiculous, and it wasn't even. I'm just floored. I'm just floored that all of this. And what makes it even worse, Josh Griffith is now the writer of Y&R, who isn't the greatest of writer himself, but he has to come in and play cleanup man after what Mel Young had destroyed on Y&R. And he went, and this guy won best writing Sunday night. Crazy. And then the best drama series. Again, how? How did they win for best drama series? It just will never. I just won't understand. Like, at least with Days and General Hospital in the past, and Born the Beautiful, at least you knew why they had won Best Drama Series, but they also had actors and actresses that won in other individual categories, and so it would make sense. This don't make sense. It don't. What Monique say? Make it make sense. This did not make it make sense. It was just crazy. So pretty much Mel Young took home 3 freaking Emmy awards, and it's pretty much, if he isn't already, went back on the plane and did the laugh out loud, all the way from the UK, no, from the US to the UK back home, knowing he just pulled a heist. I was just like, wow, wow. But that was my opinion on it. Again, I like Young and the Restless. I grew up with Young and the Restless, but this wasn't like a year for them to be winning best anything, because I felt like YNR had one of the worst years that it's ever had in a really long time. And you're telling me that got rewarded for real? Again, it was just crazy, but whatever. So, anyways, that's all I got to say on the daytime Emmys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about this particular daytime Emmys. Again, I was stunned at a lot of the upsets. It really messed up my gold derby. I mean, I was going based off of the logic of since we didn't have reels, I was thinking like maybe Days of Our Lives, maybe YNR here, General Hospital here, Bone and Beautiful here, but spread the wealth. But I did not know that they were really gonna go that far out and not. I just didn't think so. It was just crazy to me. I was like, really, really. So it is what it is. So until next year, y'all, that was the daytime Emmys. Again, let me know in the comments what y'all thought about this awards. Oh, and also, before I leave, the production this year was horrible. I'm so glad it did not happen last year with Days of Our Lives winning everything. It was just horrible. I mean, the production was just terrible, from the red carpet, the microphone business, and then you go on to the initial show. We didn't even get to see the best writing and best directing being given out, all because the camera, or the what's it called, what's it called, the what is it called, the control room was having issues keeping the shit on the stream. I was like, you know what, it's time to go, it's time to go. I knew it was gonna be a bad night, but I didn't know it was gonna be that bad of a night. So it is what it is. Anyway, talk to you all later. Peace for now. Bye.